I appreciate everybody coming out. This is great. And on such short notice, you know, it was just Monday before last that I got a call from a friend that said, you need to think about running for state representative. I said, let me think about that. And it was probably 4 or 5 days, and I know several of you individuals, I actually called and talked or ran it past you, trying to get your impression and so forth. And after a week of talking and discussing and thinking about where we are, not just in the world economy and all the problems there, but you know, I got enough encouraging words that said, Monday morning, decided to hit the ground running. Mary, you know me, if I'm going to start something, we're going to do it. You know, that's it, you know, like damn torpedoes thing a little bit. So what have we got and what are we talking about? We've got a great county, we've got great county values we've all been raised with. We've got pretty much an unresponsive government, both locally and at the state level. One of the early problems I had when I was thinking about this is my commitment to the commission. Walter and I talked about that stuff. You make a commitment, you need to follow through with it. So I checked out the election office and they said you can actually do both. So I'm good, I'm done. If elected, if citizens choose to elect and state rep, it's possible they ought to be appointed to this office. Still 2.5 years ago. I may well keep the $50 they give me. Double dipping. But there's a lot of work to be done locally. Groups in the past, I say, okay, we need to be concerned about Washington. The politics is local, right here. You know, and things can start right here that can spread out and go and help solve problems. Mary was one of the first ones, she was the first one to sign my petition. And I said, Mary, you know me at work and you know me a little bit, but can you share with me why? She said, can I say what she said? She said, Ted, I know you. I know you care about people. And most importantly, I've got your cell phone. I know I can bring it on. Anytime I want to. But that's exactly what it is. Now, Mary and Billy work with me in the office up there, and they'll both tell you, our clients, our customers are right here on our shoulders. Do I preach that often? That's the message. That's how we operate our business. That same philosophy of operating a successful business, I would take to Nashville. Robert asked me a few days ago, dude, you feel like you're ready to go? I said to him, if I'm going, I'm not going alone. There's going to be 68,000 citizens on my shoulders. Yeah, that's a weight. How in the world can we do that? So we set up the technology. Robert and his team have worked since Monday, just tirelessly setting it up. You're going to be, if you have access to internet, anybody go to the library has access to the internet, okay? Don't say you don't have access, you do. It's somewhere. If you have access to the internet, the easiest thing to do is go on there. We're going to have it set up where you can do we'll have a blog, we'll have issues, things going, we'll have where you can comment, where you can post, where you can paste, where you can share, and all of that. Because representative government, to me, is just that, representative. I've tried to talk to some others before that perspective, and I didn't really feel like I got it, but I think I do. You have to present to me so I can go there and represent. I mean, not all 68,000 can actually cram into that little room now, but I can go for you. Now, is everybody going to get everything they want or need or whatever? Mary says, yes, everybody can get everything they want. There has to be a balance always, you know. The amount of resources you've got to work with, the talents of the people you've got to work with, the time you've got to get it done in, and all of those things. Just like when you're doing a business venture, you have to factor in all of those things. But the end result is yes, we need to try to solve our problems. Yes, we need to try to stimulate our local economy. Yes, we need to be creative, coming up with things we can do right here. And we've done it before. It's not like we're doing something different here. We've been in hardships before. When I think back over my lifetime, I'm going to say the energy crisis of the early 70s, and then the high interest and all the things we had in the early 80s, and then the bubble, the technology bubble burst at the end of the 90s. I mean, we've had a roller coaster of a life already. It's not like it's always been good times. Now, I think the reason it hurt us so hard here is we really came off a real nice big high time for everybody. But guess what? Here we are, together again, knowing what to do because we've done it in the past. And all we have to do is pull together and forge ahead. And that little forge ahead, and let me just talk about the TED thing for a second. I was raised to be humble. And so when Robert says, we need a t-shirt that says, have you voted? I thought, okay, that's interesting. That night, my family and I went insane with the TED words. Dad was pitching in some TED words, and my sister Sherry, and my wife Linda, there she is, everybody, and we started just writing them as hard as we could write them. And we came up with all this, so that's how it works. So yeah, it's a little hokey in a way, but it's catchy in a way that folks can at least communicate. All I want to do is grab the attention. I would love for the non-voting public to get involved. You know, out of 68,000 people in the county, only about 12,000 or so usually vote. Yeah, there's a lot of apathy out there. They don't feel like they can make a difference. If we could reach even half of them and say, you can make a difference. You can. You step up. You get involved. You let your voice be heard and be a part of the solution. Not just sitting on the sidelines, complaining about something, but stepping up, getting involved. And where we are at this point, I think, in our economy and the crisis that our country is facing, it's going to take the majority of us stepping up, and not just some vocal minority trying to push your way. So you got to do it together. But I got to tell you, it's not just all about TED. That is just, think of that as the vehicle, as it were, the wagon, as it were. You know, we'll all jump on that and ride it down there. I know that with the technology we've got and with the ideas that we've got, one thing I'll share with you right now that hasn't been publicized, and one of the main reasons I'm not going to give up on the local commission, I've tried to start a couple of things in the local commission that I think will make a difference locally. One of the things is I'm on the airport authority, and I serve with Walter. Where did he go? Over there. Okay. Walter was in the paper about the new committee we formed, so I feel like I can mention it for sure. But had this little brainstorm. We've got a wonderful airport. We have a fantastic local airport, and millions of dollars have been poured into that over the years. For the future. For the future. For the future. Well, when is that? I say it's right now. Another thing we've got, okay? If we're going to utilize that, what can we do? I mean, you got it, there it is, all this infrastructure's been developed for the future. We've got great educational institutions here. We've got Walker State, we've got Tusculum College. So I'm in communication with those folks, and we've set up a committee through the Airport Authority to try to create, in cooperation with the local institutions, an aviation-related career path. Aviation career path. Now, we're not just talking about pilots here. When you start thinking about aviation careers, or careers in aviation, you got air traffic controllers, you got airport maintenance, you've got airport management, you've got logistics, you've got security. I mean, there's probably 20 or 30 well-defined careers that can be linked directly to aviation. That's not even counting the guy turning the bolts on the engine and trying to replace something or whatever. Now, I know they've got a maintenance program, I think, down in Morristown. Maybe we can work communication with them. But if we could somehow stimulate these institutions and utilize that facility to a higher degree. That's just an example of some of the new things we're trying to think of to come up with. And that's just me. Multiply me times 68,000 people thinking, I know we will come up with stuff and we will fix this. And Greene County is a beautiful, wonderful place. We've lived all of our lives, most of us. We'll have a prosperous future once again. We'll all have a great place where we can raise our children and our grandchildren. My son over here that wants to have a family practice back in the area one day, assuming he graduates. Got another year to go. But that's it more than anything. I just wanted to reach out and say hello. Robert, was there anything you would like to share?
Well, sure, I would. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Robert Foster. This is my wife, Bridget. Ted is one of my best friends on the planet. I've got to know him well over the last 7 years. And Ted's told this story several times that, you know, there's certain people in the world that when you meet them, you just have an immediate connection to them, and you know. And from the first moment Ted and I shared dinner together, we knew we were going to be great friends and have been ever since. And I can tell you, my wife and I, Bridget, and our 2 children, 3 children, well, we have 2 children and an adult now, so I don't want to offend him calling him a child. But we're perfectly happy and honored to place our family's future in Ted's hands. And we hope the rest of Greene County will feel the same, because at our age, we're looking at our children's future. And we have to make sure they have one. And if they do not have some changes that are made, and some different ideas, and bringing the idea of running our government the way that businesses are run, and really paying attention, saving as many dollars as we can while providing that which people have to have. If we don't do those things and really get serious about them, my children and yours aren't going to have the same future that we have. We always want to pass down to our children what we had and more. And it looks like that is split to where we're going to pass down to our children less than what we had, but we can change that. And it starts right here on the local level. You know, it starts with Ted Hensley and many others, going to the State House, going to the United States Congress, Senate, all the way up the chain. But it starts right here at home. And Ted Hensley, I have to just say that, you know, the way to do that is to make sure that we know exactly what you want. So what we would ask is, what would you like to have legislated? Because if we don't know what you want, then we don't know how to serve you. Ted served you today food. He wants to serve you proper legislation, but he can't do it without knowing exactly what you want. Bridget's going to hand out some pins. Take it with you. Go to the website, Forge Ahead Ted. Tell Ted what you want to have legislated. And as moving forward with some of the technology we have here, something Greene County's not really had in the past. Weekly updates on what's going on in Nashville. Sign up and get updated about what's going on. Make your comments. Let your representative know exactly what you want. We're going to give Greene County a portal to make sure that they properly communicate with their state legislators to make sure they can get legislated what is proper. And, you know, at the end of the day, my hero is Dale Carnegie. And Dale Carnegie once said that those people rarely succeed unless they're having fun in what they're doing. Folks, we got some real issues facing our county, our state, and our country right now. And there's only one way to solve them. And that's start having some fun tackling. So let's get excited. Let's vote Ted. Let's elect Ted and make sure proper things are legislated and we are united and truly represented.